Welcome to Chapter 5, Choosing a Quality Control Product. Many different quality control products are available for laboratories. Choosing the right quality control product requires careful consideration. Sometimes laboratory decision makers yield to the temptation of purchasing the most inexpensive product. Unfortunately, the cheaper alternative often exhibits significant limitations, such as a short shelf life after opening. A reduced shelf life can result in unnecessary waste if the laboratory cannot use all the material. Other products are not sufficiently similar to patient specimens, serum, urine, spinal fluid, or plasma. This can cause some problems with certain test systems because these products do not interact with the test system in the same manner as a patient sample. Some inexpensive quality control products don't have all analytes at medically relevant decision levels. In some cases, laboratory administrators are misled by box pricing. This box pricing topic is described more thoroughly in this module. When purchasing a quality control product, it's necessary to know the approximate volume of control to be used each day. For example, general chemistry control products are usually sold in 10 milliliter vials. Laboratories that use 10 milliliters or more per day generally are not concerned with stability. But for those laboratories that use a low volume of control, 1 milliliter per day, for example, shelf life becomes an important issue. Your quality control shelf life should match or exceed the laboratory's normal usage rate, or money will be wasted. For example, a laboratory that purchases a quality control product that offers only a 5-day stability, when their usage rate would require 10 days to fully use the product, will waste 50% of the product. Consequently, if the laboratory paid 18 cents per milliliter for the product, their actual cost, based on usage, is 36 cents per milliliter. A better purchase choice would have been a more expensive quality control product, 28 cents per milliliter, that offered a 10-day shelf life stability for all analytes. Box pricing is a misleading quoting practice that many laboratories fall into at one time or another. Assume a laboratory is negotiating prices with two vendors for an expensive quality control product. One vendor offers the product at $8 per milliliter or $144 per box, and the other vendor offers the product at $120 per box without quoting a per milliliter price. The first vendor provides 18 milliliters for $144, while the second vendor only provides 12 milliliters for $120. The product cost per milliliter from the second vendor is equal to $10 per milliliter or $2 per milliliter more than the box quoted at $144. Always ask for quality control product quotes on a per milliliter basis and not the box price. This aspect of quality control products is important. It requires the laboratory to compare the relevant clinical levels for each test to those provided in the quality control product. For example, the laboratory objective is to purchase a tri-level quality control that will allow the lab to control the method curve for low TSHs, normal TSHs, and abnormal high TSHs. A quality control vendor offers an immunoassay control with 3 levels. This product meets the laboratory's diagnostic criteria. It contains 3 distinct levels at the decision limits used by the laboratory and adequately challenges the upper limit of linearity of the instrument. A second vendor also offers a tri-level product for a reduced price. In this case, the cheaper product does not control low TSH because the level is higher than the laboratory decision limit. Furthermore, it does not provide adequate control on the high end of the curve, because the level for the high control is too near the instrument linearity limit and may often exceed the limit. The price is lower, but the product provides less or no value. Caution: it's often impossible to find a perfect quality control product for every instrument, kit, or method available. When deciding on a quality control vendor, assess the entire test menu of the instrument or department. For example, the immunoassay instrument used in the laboratory has a test menu that includes about 50 different hormones and therapeutic drugs. One quality control product, which may be more expensive, provides tri-level diagnostic utility for 45 analytes. A less expensive product may provide true tri-level utility for only 30 of the 50 analytes, or 60% of the test menu. Whenever a test result cannot be adequately verified, the laboratory runs the risk of reporting a result which may be incorrect. Incorrect laboratory results can damage laboratory reputation, but more importantly, they may harm patients. Whenever possible, a laboratory should select the quality control product that provides the best tri-level diagnostic utility. Participation in an interlaboratory quality control comparison program is highly recommended. Without such programs, the laboratory becomes a statistical island and has no means to regularly verify the reliability of its work. One of the easiest methods to assess reliability and imprecision is to compare the within-laboratory method means and standard deviations to other laboratories using the same instrument and method. Over 15,000 laboratories worldwide benefit from their participation in the Unity Interlaboratory program from BIORAD. Find out more at www.qcnet.com. While pricing and the appropriateness of analyte concentrations is important, the quality control product purchase decision should also take into consideration the value of other services provided by the manufacturer. The quality control purchaser should have the following in mind when evaluating a quality control product. Does the manufacturer provide an interlaboratory comparison program? Is the interlaboratory program professionally staffed in order to provide the optimal technical advice or help? How many laboratories use the program? What kind of comparative statistical reports are provided, and are they easily readable and understandable? Are comparative reports returned quickly? Does the manufacturer provide a QC software package? Can the software package import QC data from instruments or LIS systems? Does the vendor provide any educational support? Are the product and services reliable? Is the vendor ISO certified? Does the vendor provide a high-quality product at a good value? We've reached the end of this module. Let's review some basic points. Sometimes laboratory decision makers yield to the temptation of purchasing the most inexpensive product. Often cheaper products exhibit significant limitations. A reduced shelf life can result in unnecessary waste. Some products are not sufficiently similar to patient specimens, serum urine, spinal fluid, or plasma. Box pricing is a misleading quotation practice that many laboratories fall into at one time or another. Always ask for quality control product quotes on a per milliliter basis and not the box price. Some inexpensive quality control products don't have all analytes at medically relevant decision levels. When deciding on quality control vendor, assess the entire test menu of the instrument or department. Whenever a test result cannot be adequately verified, the laboratory runs the risk of reporting a result which may be incorrect. Incorrect laboratory results can damage laboratory reputation, but more importantly, they may harm patients. Whenever possible, a laboratory should select the quality control product that provides the best tri-level diagnostic utility. For all of your laboratory QC needs, go to www.qcnet.com.